Now, wake the fuck up. Casper. Fuck.
Oh, fuck me.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy, the D-O-U-G, here once again for the main event. That is right, the main event. The best thing happening till Friday nights, unless, of course, you're the Miami Heat, because apparently you're just raping the Indiana Pacers. And this will be the last show for May. It is Memorial Day, I believe. Yes, it is. It is May 30th, so happy Memorial Day, everybody, depending on where you live at. And we're here to talk about Payback. As we all know, Payback is this Sunday night live in CM Punk's backyard. Now, before we get to that, and before we get to NXT TakeOver, we got people to introduce. First, she is my co-host, my partner in crime. She is the lovely but deadly Miss Kara.
What is up, everybody? I am so glad to be here every single fucking week. This is probably the most fun that I ever do have on like any day of the week. I love it.
Well, good, Kara. I'm happy you're here with us once again. And joining us for the first time, yes, ladies and gentlemen, here at the main event, we have found a way to talk to dead people. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Andrew, a.k.a. Cast.
Hey, guys, what's up? And Memorial Day was Monday.
Well, my calendar says Memorial Day is today. Well, granted, Monday, that's when it was.
Yeah, maybe today is Canada's Memorial Day. Shout out to our boy Rob.
Well, that's probably why Rob ain't calling it. He's getting drunk with the Mountie.
Probably.
Yes.
And for the record, everybody, Doug's been drinking tonight, so it's going to be a little crazy.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Remember, these jokes are provided by alcohol. It's good for you. And before we continue, please remember, the main event tells you to support your local indie promotion because they will be the future stars of tomorrow, today. And the main event is in part by Kellogg's Corn Flakes, Wonka's Nerds, and, of course, Pizza Hut. Why? Because that's what I'm eating right now. Now, of course, let's get to the NXT TakeOver, which was Thursday night, and let's be perfectly honest, it was so much better than TNA, it's not even funny. We started it off with, of course, the pre-show, but, yeah, I don't watch the pre-show. I don't only watch pay-per-view pre-shows. I have no life. It started off with Adam Rose versus Kotcher Meek. Okay, the dude who came out with Heineken on the bicycle. Everybody remembers who he is. If you don't look at me. Adam Rose would win this match in what was a great opening match. Adam Rose showing the NXT crowd he can wrestle. Granted, apparently, from what I heard of tonight's SmackDown, however, he could not because he won probably the lamest pinfall in the history of mankind.
Other than Zack Ryder?
No, Zack Ryder. No, Zack Ryder. Who the fuck is that?
Right.
Hey, who's joining us now?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Uh-oh. Do you know who that is, everyone?
I'm back from the dead.
I don't.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Well, introduce yourself for everyone who doesn't know who you are, because you've been gone for so long. I think we had Paul Bearer bring you back to life.
How about that? Has there been that much turnover since I left?
Yeah, and I'm drunk.
And I've been smoking, and I saw the number. I'm like, you know what? I should just go ahead and call in.
All right, well, right now we're talking about NXT TakeOver.
I love NXT.
Well, did you watch the TakeOver show last night?
Unfortunately, I missed it. Everything. I read the results, but I missed the show. I should have just fired up WWE Network as soon as I got in the crib and didn't.
Understandable.
This is where I just want to be like, this. I swear this is like an annual thing for the show now, me bitching because I don't have the WWE Network.
Hey, look, clearly, there's a lot of you that don't have WWE Network. There's
a lot of us that can't afford the WWE Network every month.
According to the latest numbers.
Well, continue with the NXT TakeOver. The Ascension defended the tag team title successfully, so looks like they're not coming up to the main roster yet. Pretty good tag team match. No, I'm not going to announce their opponents because they're Mexican names, and if I cannot pronounce the last dude's Mexican name, and I can't pronounce Japanese dude's names, I am not going to even bother because I am not getting sued by the FCC.
There you go.
Yeah, so yay. After that, we have the number one contendership match to see who would take on the winner of Tyson Kidd and the man who defied gravity. Tyler Breeze defeated Simon Zayn. I know I'm mispronouncing that. What had to be the best match of the week, and that's counting Raw, SmackDown, TNA, which and Main Event and Superstars. Best match I can recommend people looking up on the network if you have it. If you don't, try to find it on YouTube or I can't believe I'm saying this, Daily Motion, if anybody remembers what the fuck that is.
Who still uses that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a big problem with Daily Motion, so I'm not touching that.
All right. Well, anyway, the Sophie King, as he pronounced himself, Tyler Breeze, won the match with a spinning heel kick, I believe it is, or as he calls it, the booty shot. In better words, he is stealing Savio Vega's 1995 King of the Ring move.
Throwback.
Hey, don't hate on Savio.
Hey, I like Savio. I just didn't like him as the ninja. After that, we had Mojo.
Playing the martial arts expert.
Yeah.
That's funny how they call it Throwback Thursday, and then he did the Savio Vega heel kick.
Yeah, that was funny. Got to give him props for that one. After that, we had probably the worst segment of the week, excluding TNA, since everything was bad about that apparently. Mojo, and I'm not going to even try to pronounce his last name because anytime I hear Mojo, I just think of a big dumbass monkey. Tried to silence the Russian beast, Rusov. Yeah, that didn't work. Mojo, you should just stay in the laboratory and play with little girls, okay? And there's your Powerpuff Girl thing, Kayla. There you go. I said something nice about the Powerpuff Girls.
No comment.
No comment. After that, we had the finals to crown a new NXT Women's Champion. As many of you know, Paige was stripped of the belt because she's, of course, the Divas Champion right now. It was between Charlotte Flair and Natalya, and Charlotte would win this match. Her and her father celebrated in the ring, so Charlotte wins her first piece of gold in the WWE. So congratulations to her. She would win by pinfall.
More successful than David Flair.
Yeah, she won the match with. Yeah.
She's already more successful than David Flair.
Trying to remember, how did she win that? Oh, yeah, she hit the bowing down to the Queen. This was a good submission match and a good Divas match. Why can't we see more of this on television? Or is that me asking for too much? And, of course, in the main event, Adam Neville defeated Tyson Kidd. This was a good match, but this is one of those matches where you got to like high spots because there was a lot of high spots. So if you love high flyers, hey, check this match out. If you don't, you may want to pass.
Yeah, I heard it was nothing but spot monkeys.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind spot monkeys, and
In a match between them.
What was that?
It's what you would expect in a match between
I think your phone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the show when we say fuck Verizon because I cannot hear him at all.
I can't hear him very well either.
I can a little bit.
Hold on, let me try to turn it this. Testing.
Well, there we go.
All right.
For some reason. All right.
What I was saying is both of those guys are spot monkeys. So you were going to see a lot of that anyway between the two, but hey, still, it's still going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
No, see, I know the Tyson Kidd is definitely one for, being one of those high flyer people, and I have no problem with matches like that. My only problem is having the whole match like that. I mean, it's amazing to see that, but if they would do it rather occasionally in a match, and not the full match, everyone gets more excited when it's not the full match.
Yeah, you kind of want your high flying move to be closer to, like, that's a finisher. Yeah, you don't want to have a whole match where you close them out. It looks cool, but yeah, it's like, well, how do you top one move after the other? And all these moves finish it. Now you're
Let me guess, the announcer through the whole thing was like, oh my God.
Actually, that was the thing. The announcing team was very good. You didn't hear no plugs for the WWE app or nothing about that show on the E Network, Proto Divas. They pretty much just talked about the matches and wrestling. William Regal, there's a reason why I want you to take the place of Jerry the King Lawler.
Regal is so much more. And y'all may hate me for saying this, but I think Regal was a better wrestler when he wrestled better than Lawler.
Thank you for that, Andrew. You
Amen.
Still alive he was. I agree.
We will not meet that, Andrew. We love that idea.
But then there's a lot of people that'll tell you the King was one of the greatest AWA champions. But AWA's gone.
Yeah, he won the title and then kept the belt because Vern Gagne didn't pay him. He still has it.
Yeah, that's the King still has the belt in his possession.
Hey, look, you don't pay the man. Hey, you don't give me my money, I'll take your belt. I guess he said, we're eating.
I did hear after the Tyson Kidd match, and I don't know if you were going to say anything, but I've heard that Tyson Kidd could possibly be the next Paul Heyman guy.
I was waiting to see if anybody was going to bring that up because after the show, he was sitting down with Paul Heyman. They were doing an interview. They were talking. So let's see. He's got Brock Lesnar. He's got Cesaro. He could get Tyson Kidd. Are we seeing a reformation of what was that group he had in WCW, Paul Heyman?
Dangerous Alliance.
Yeah, could we be seeing a Dangerous Alliance being formed here?
That would be good.
Compete against the Shield, maybe?
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll have to see on that one. But that's in the future. That's looking into the crystal ball and trying to talk to dead people like Test. Yes, let's make fun of Canada tonight, folks.
Don't blame yourself. Blame Canada.
Speaking of things that make you want to go watch WCW New Blood Rising, it's time for the favorite segment on the main event that we do here. It's buy or sell. If you're new to this program, if you don't know what buy or sell means, pretty much we will be asking me and Kayla a question. And you either have to decide as buy it as truth or sell it because it's total bullshit. And I will go first. As we all know, Payback is this Sunday night. I gotta ask, is this going to be the worst WWE pay-per-view in history? Will it be worse than ECW December to Dismember?
Repeat the question again. I didn't hear the last part.
Is this pay-per-view going to be worse, Kayla, than December to Dismember, better known as when Bobby Lashley won the ECW title?
You never know with, like, the pay-per-views. Like, I want to say it's probably going to be fucking worse, but sometimes, and this is a really rare occasion, WWE mindfucks us and is like, oh, yeah, this is actually a good pay-per-view. So, again, I want to say it's going to suck, and it probably will, but there could be points to where, it could be actually a good pay-per-view. So I can't buy or sell this.
The Kayla's going to just be a politician and not make a decision.
Right?
Bad, Kayla, bad. The two dead people who came back to life, how do you feel about this buy or sell?
Well, I don't have the network. I can't watch it, but it looks like they got some decent matches so far. So I'm going to have to say it's going to be a good pay-per-view.
Okay.
I mean, with Payback, you're going with the Ken because and with Brian being out and all that stuff. It's going to be an alright show. I'm kind of wondering how they're going to work this on with Daniel Bryan being in. I kind of wonder how they're going to work everything in his absence. Are they going to do next man up or what? But yeah, it should be an alright show. Supposedly they want to do well because they don't want to feel like NXT's going to upstage.
I think the Shocker's going to... Oh, go ahead.
That's in my bio cell question. Kara, did you think of one?
You know, I told you that I hadn't come up with one, like, the whole entire week.
Well, then, Kara, I got some bad news. Because you did not come up with
I'll tell you, if I come up with one eventually, then I'll nudge. Is that cool?
That is cool. Unfortunately, until then, I got some bad news. You must watch the worst match in wrestling history. The Undertaker versus Big Show in a giant Pumbaabi prison match. Enjoy.
Oh, I've seen worse. So I don't care.
The finger poke of doom. The finger poke of doom.
It gets worse, Kara, because I wasn't done. You interrupted me. You not only got to watch that, you got to watch both Hogan versus Warrior matches. It's just to top off this candle of wonderful shit that you got to be punished. You have to watch every Steve Mongo McMichael match. Enjoy.
Yeah, Goldberg.
I'm a Goldberg. Man,
yeah,
people she could have fun with Goldberg. No.
Who's Goldberg again?
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Now it's time to get to the pay-per-view, Payback, which again is, like I said, this Sunday night. And we're going to start off with the pre-show match. Now, of course, we all remember last month's pre-show match, Hornswoggle versus El Torito. And as much as I gave that pre-show match crap, saying it was probably going to be the worst pre-show match we've ever seen, I got to apologize. That was actually a good pre-show match. I actually had fun with that match. So, they're doing it again.
It was a very entertaining pre-show match.
Yes, it was. And they're doing it again. This time, however, it's a little different. It is Hale versus Mask. If Hornswoggle loses, well, we're going to have a midget Stone Cold Steve Austin. If El Torito loses, we're going to see how ugly he is. He's either going to look like Rey Mysterio or he's going to look as ugly as Psychosis. Take your pick. So, who loses? The Mask, or do we see a haircut?
Hornswoggle's going to get a haircut because the Mask, come on, they make money selling those masks, so they're not going to let that money maker go away.
What if they had a draw and they both have to do it?
There will not be a draw. I don't think there's ever been a draw in a Hale versus Mask match in the history of the business.
No, because if that happened, they'd both come a little bit short on the end.
Ooh.
And I mean, even if there was some kind of draw within the match, I don't think, given the stipulations, I don't think they would accomplish much. I mean, both of them would try by all means, but it would, I mean, it wouldn't result into anything, I think.
So we got one for Hornswoggle. One for Hornswoggle to lose. Caleb, Andrew says it's going to be a tie, so that should be interesting if that happens.
Let's see. Well, I think I'm going to go with Hornswoggle to win this one. I don't know. I just kind of have this gut feeling that Hornswoggle's going to come off with the win. I mean, I can't really explain why I think he's going to win. I just kind of have one of those feelings. Because
you'll go.
Yeah, well, partially because I actually really don't care who wins this match. It's just going to be entertaining as hell to watch midgets wrestle all the time, so.
Yay, I found my video game I've been looking for since we started this show. Yay. Now back to more important things. My pick for this match is El Torito. And yes, I am going to say this. I'm actually going to watch the pre-show and enjoy. and enjoy this match. The only reason I think Hornswoggle is going to get his head shaved is simply because of this. Somebody already bought it up. They make a buttload of money with the mask. Second, ain't Hornswoggle supposed to be getting ready to do the Leprechaun film?
I thought they'd already filmed that.
I don't know if they did or not. They might have filmed it then say, hey, we're going to make a sequel. Just remember, this is WWE logic we're using here.
Then they're probably going to have him shave his head then.
Yeah, so I'm going to take El Torito on this one. I'm hoping for a good pre-show match, so let's cross our fingers and hope they can do 2 for 2. Up next, this match was made tonight on SmackDown. It is the USSR versus the United States. It is Zangief versus the Black Guile, better known as Rusev, with the hottest babe in the world, taking on Ahmed Johnson. Biggie Langston. As you can see, I'm really not looking forward to this match.
Well, I don't give a rat's ass about this match, and I think last time we did this special, Ron was here, and so I'm gonna take a page out of his book and say, you know who's gonna win? Lana's gonna win.
Ooh.
Always win. But as far as who wins the actual match, Rusev's gonna go over. Like, they have to get him a mark.
Yeah, they can't have him job to Bobby Lashley. I almost said Bobby Lashley.
He got to finish. Rusev's got to finish his ethnic cleansing of the roster. That dude's been beating up every minority on the roster, and nobody's noticing it.
Well, wait a minute now. Rusev has beaten up a white dude.
I'm just saying, but he's beat up everybody. He even beat up Sin Cara. He even beat up Yoshitatu on NXT. Yoshi tried to hide down there.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be Biggie Langston. Yeah, the mark.
And Andrew, did you really say Bobby Lashley?
Yeah, I kind of mistake that one.
Okay, you know what? Because you said that, because usually that would be me, I'm sending you a beer, because that was fucking hilarious. Yeah, I'm taking Rusev on this one. I like Big E. I'm not surprised he got the downfall push, because let's be honest, since he's won that IC title, the fans stopped giving a shit. So Rusev's going to win this match, and at the end of the night, we're going to say just 2 things. Rusev, crush, and please, God, let her take off her clothes.
Wardrobe.
Amen. Preach
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, this has been the portion. Well, nope, guess what? We're still not out of the portion of the adult fantasy zone. Because up next, it is just announced the Diva special guest referee match. It will be Paige versus Alicia Fox for the Divas title, and I'm the guest referee. And Kara is the guest timekeeper. And Andrew is the guest ring announcer. Woohoo! And
You
don't
got
worry,
me
the fourth
excited. I so wish I could be.
And the 4th person, he's going to be the guest bellboy. So in the words of Rodney Dangerfield, we're all going to get laid. But in seriousness, it's Paige versus Alicia Fox for the Divas title. Who wants to go first?
I think that, first off, I want to say that this is probably the first Divas feud that I've actually properly been interested in quite a while. I'm glad to see that they're actually using Alicia Fox, because she actually does have some diva talent. And so, yeah, this feud is definitely one of the most interesting feuds I've seen in, God, a while now. So really, whoever comes out winning this match, I think the fans win, because this is going to be one of the most amazing Divas matches I've seen in a while. But I think Paige will definitely be retaining the title. But it's definitely going to be a close match, at least I think.
It'll be competitive. Paige is going to win, but I'm just going to say, look, this crazy Alicia Fox shit, her acting all fat shit crazy, I love it. Some of the most awesome stuff I've seen with Diva in a while. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, kind of a wild twist, isn't it?
It works for her. Are you really like this?
She's the black AJ Lee.
I was going to say the black female Chris Jericho, but okay.
Yeah. But I'm still going with Paige.
I'm not even going to touch that, Doug.
I know. Well, yeah, so do it, because we all know I'm the asshole. It's printed on every T-shirt we sell.
And we all know I'm a jerkaholic, so I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah. Well, it seems pretty unanimous then in this match, unless I missed somebody saying Alicia Fox, because I'm taking Paige as well, even though I think this is going to be a good Divas match. I just don't think having Paige lose the belt this quickly would make sense. I mean,
right.
You just had to win it. You just had to win it, the day after WrestleMania, which was about, a month or two ago? So, and we've seen this year, WWE's been winning long title reigns, so I don't think she's going to lose it yet. Now, if this was SummerSlam, I'd probably say she could lose it, but Payback, a pay-per-view, let's be perfectly honest, no one's really going to be wanting to talk about the Divas match, unfortunately, except us. So, Alicia Fox, sorry, girl, I'm starting to like you, but I got to take Paige. Next, probably a match that is going to be the most physical match that doesn't have a stipulation. Sheamus, the United States champion who won the belt in the Battle Royal at the Extreme Rules, will be taking on Cesaro with Mr. Paul Heyman. Can Paul Heyman give another one of his guys some gold, or will Sheamus deliver the big boot, fella?
I have to go with Antonio, the King of Swing, Cesaro.
And I'm going with Cesaro on this one.
Two for Cesaro.
You know what I gotta say? Fuck the Irish Cena. I'm going Cesaro. The King of Swing will kick his ass.
Uh-oh. So we got 3 for Cesaro, and unfortunately, I cannot make it a clean sweep. I am taking Sheamus, unfortunately.
Shame us.
Sheamus, that's what I said. But before
I said shame us.
Oh,
Shame
well,
ass.
before you bite my head off, I have to explain my reasoning. Well, didn't we all disagree that Paige losing the belt would make no sense because she just won it about a month or two ago? Sheamus just won the belt about a few weeks ago. I would be very shocked if they have him drop it to Cesaro just completely out of the blue. Don't get me wrong, I love Cesaro. But this match is also with the...
But the U.S. title anymore is like a minor title.
I know, but indulge me for a minute. This match is also, to me, the double-edged sword. If you have Cesaro win, all you're going to hear are people complaining, what was the point in putting the belt on Sheamus then if you were just going to have him drop it to Cesaro at a pay-per-view that no one really gives a shit about? If Sheamus wins, everyone's going to bitch that Cesaro lost because he's a Paul Heyman guy. So either way, the wonderful IWC Nation out there who's going to bitch either way about this match is not going to be happy. So this one, no one's going to be happy at the end of the day.
But if Heyman wins, he'll say, not only did my client, Brock Lesnar, defeat the streak, but I have the United States champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the King of Swing, Antonio Cesaro.
Plus, I have one more reason why I don't want Cesaro to win, but this one's more of a personal reason. What's next month's pay-per-view?
SummerSlam.
Wrong, Andrew. Go back to Death Test. You're grounded. You had to go back to your grave. It is Money in the Bank.
In the bank.
I see what you're saying.
I think it would make more sense to have Cesaro win Money in the Bank. Because let's be honest, you all know Cesaro is going to be a world champion eventually. And to be honest, I'm going to say this: neither one of these two should be competing in a U.S. title match. I'm sorry, I don't like Sheamus, but even he should not be competing for a U.S. title here. You know, should be a good match. It's going to be physical. It's going to be a brawling type match. So if you love your brawlers, hey, here you go. But I got to take.
I kind of feel like I'm the only one here that can't stand Sheamus.
No, Kill. I'm not a big Sheamus fan either. But I'm looking at like booking wise. It would make more sense for Sheamus to win instead of just having him lose the belt in a few weeks, unless it's Ed Bischoff booking it.
Oh.
Or Vince Russo or Dusty Rhodes. Take your pick.
Oh. That would kill the pay-per-view right there.
Yes, it would, because the only thing missing would be the Shockmaster.
Exactly.
Yes, we are making old jokes still in the main event. Moving on to the Intercontinental title match, it is my big brother, Bad News Barrett, taking on Mr. Rob Van Dam. Of course, we know Wade Barrett won the belt at Extreme Rules, and Rob Van Dam won a beat-the-clock challenge to win the number one contendership. So, does Bad News give RVD the ultimate drug test, or does RVD get high with the gold?
Oh, man, you know what? Look, if you think RVD is going to win the Intercontinental title, I'm afraid I've got bad news. Bad News Barrett all the way with it.
Yep. I agree.
Two for Wade Barrett. Yeah.
Oh, yes, Wade Barrett is facing Rob Van Dam. Well, as much as I love Rob Van Dam, I'm sorry, dude, but I've got some bad news for you. You're not going to win. No.
Wade?
I'm sorry. I'm just like, Wade Barrett just wanted to, and no offense, he makes a better champion than Rob Van Dam will. I'm sorry, but I just can't picture Rob Van Dam winning this match.
Let's see. Wade Barrett versus RVD for the Intercontinental title. Well, RVD, in the words of this wise man, you won't even make it to the arena because you're going to get pulled over for a drug test and fail. So Wade Barrett will win the match.
What
yes,
if the same concept with Cesaro, though? Barrett loses the title, not that I hope he does, and wins Money in the Bank. I can see Wade Barrett as a world champion. I honestly can.
I could as well, but I think we have to look at it like... Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you continue because I interrupted you.
Okay, what I was going to say is, yeah, you can see Barrett as world champion, but they got to be very careful with him. You can't push somebody to that title very quickly. Too quickly, because a lot of times once you lose it, then you're stuck going nothing. Back doing a bunch of mid-card feuds, wrestling Zack Ryder, Jack Swagger.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, people still remember Zack Ryder. Holy crap. Anyway, well, Wade Barrett, yeah, you're going to win. Okay. The next two matches, but before we get to the next two, let's talk about the one segment we know which will probably be airing between these two. We only know Daniel Bryan's been given an ultimatum. Either forfeit the belt or your wife gets fired. Now I'm just going to say this. I have no problem WWE pushing this to the pay-per-view, doing it on the pay-per-view, because I know a lot of people complained. Let's be honest here. If they would have done it on Monday, we still probably would have not seen a WWE title match because you wouldn't have enough time to build it up. You wouldn't have enough time to build the tournament up, because let's be honest. You strip them on Monday, you got the main event, which no one watches if they don't have the network, Superstars, which no one can watch unless you have the network, NXT, which, again, got to have the network unless you live in Canada, and then SmackDown, let's be perfectly honest, yeah, that got its ass kicked probably by the NBA and NHL playoffs. So I have no problem with WWE doing this. You can build it up at Money in the Bank. Hell, you could have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches if he forfeits the belt, one for the briefcase and one for the belt. Granted, do I see that happening? No, because I think he's going to keep the belt, and right when his wife's about to get fired, we're going to hear no chance in hell. But again, that's my opinion.
Either that or she'll come out with a deal. Okay, I'm pregnant. I got to take off and be an Awesome Kong. Not Awesome Kong. Karma.
Hey, look. Other people call her Kong. I'm going to call her Kong.
Yeah, I'm going to call Kong, too. Shit.
Yeah. She looked like King Kong.
Better as Kong.
Yeah, she was.
So, yeah. So I just want to get a feel. How does everyone feel about this? Do you really... Damn, but I'm making a mess. Do you really think Daniel Bryan's going to give it the belt? I mean...
There's going to be...
No!
Hell
Daniel Bryan's going to give her the middle finger and say, fuck you, Stephanie. I ain't giving you my title.
Right.
Knowing him, he'll take off the neck brace there and say, Kane, you want to go?
Fired. And the only reason why Brie Bella will get fired is possibly come out real life pregnant. All good. Yeah.
Either that or so she can go film season 3 of Total Divas.
Yep, and then she can come back with ironclad contract.
You know, honestly, I'm just waiting for the moment that Stephanie finally owns up to the fact that, hey, she's been playing some secret bitch this whole time and been behind all of it. So, but there's no way he's giving up that title.
No.
Yeah, and the only reason I ask this is simply because of this, and this is why I love WWE doing it. They may be trying to keep it as secret as possible if he is how bad it is, just in case, you know, he can't wrestle, because in this day and age where the internet is the biggest piece of shit when it comes to wrestling, where everybody wants to, you know, read the injuries, you know, who's jumping ship, you know, who's leaving, who got fired and why, you know, spoilers for TNA shows that were recorded for 5 weeks in advance or whatever. Or in my case, did it with SmackDown because I didn't feel like watching it tonight because we weren't talking about it. I have no problem WWE doing it, though, because, again, like I said, because if somebody would have opened a big fat mouth. I'm looking at you, No DQ. I'm looking at you. What was I rambling on about again?
Some bullshit.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, speaking of bullshit, we all know where this pay-per-view's taking place.
Chicago.
So what's going to happen first? CM Punk chance all night on me being shit drunk off my ass and pass out.
Look, remember the last time they tried to do a whole bunch of... Remember the last time they were in Chicago and they just shut Chicago down?
Yeah.
Like, they put on a bunch of good matches and just said, yeah, Chicago, shut the fuck up. Chill with the CM Punk. Other
yeah.
Wasn't Payback when he came back last year?
Punk?
Yeah.
I don't think, because I know he was at last year's Mania. I think, yeah, he did come back and Payback last year, I believe.
And that was in Chicago, because the Jericho Holic Carrick could tell us all about that, because Jericho was trash-mouthing him.
I don't trash mouth CM Punk first off because I like CM Punk.
Oh no, I'm just saying Jericho.
Yeah, it was his return match because he took on Chris Jericho, and that match lasted about 21 minutes. Because I don't think.
Well, of course, I am biased with Chris Jericho, but I mean, it was a great match in total, and I mean, come on, they were in Chicago, and what did you expect?
Right.
Yeah, and just in case everyone's listening to us, and why I'm asking is, they are in Rosemont, Illinois, at the All-State Arena, so that's not too far from CM Punk. And if anyone's been paying attention to the hockey game like I have been, the Chicago Blackhawks may be eliminated in about another 11 minutes and 50 seconds if they don't get some points. They just love me being a jackass. So yeah.
Kind of like the Pacers.
Ooh, yeah, fuck Indiana. Sorry for any Pacers fan in the audience tonight. All right, let's get back to the pay-per-view. Up next, last man standing, rubber match. This probably could decide the future of the business. Maybe. John Cena with the duct tape. Duct tape. I gotta watch that match again now. Takes on Bray Wyatt. Now, of course, Bray Wyatt has the advantage because he does have 2 lackeys. Cena's by himself. So can the C Nation rise up and beat the villain? Or will Bray Wyatt show why he's got the whole world in his hands? In better words, children, it's Superman versus Lex Luthor with hair.
Unless the Usos back up Cena.
I mean, no one's banned by ringside, and I think exactly that. I think the Usos will come out and back up Cena the way they've been coming out.
I've got Bray Wyatt in this one. Totally.
The one for Bray Wyatt.
Well, I am so going to fucking regret saying this. Ladies and gentlemen, hell is freezing over because I think John Cena is going to win this one.
I think he's going to win this one because Cena always. So I could see them having Cena win even though the benefits on Bray Wyatt's side. But no, it's all about John Cena.
And, you know, like, honestly, after everything that's happened since the last pay-per-view, I think this time John Cena is going to get at least some kind of closure in this match, which is why I think he's going to win. I think it's one of those times he feels like he definitely needs to win this because Bray Wyatt did kind of cross a line and it kind of did reach some kind of personal level, and I think John Cena is going to win because of a little more motivation.
Well, I'm taking Bray Wyatt. Simply because of this. I think if WWE is smart, you have Bray Wyatt win this match, you know, Cena can take time off, you know, do all that, la, 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 la. Plus, if you have Bray Wyatt win this, that place will explode and you will kill any negative chance from that pay-per-view. Because we already know who's going to be coming out getting chewed, and we already know who's going to come out getting booed. And to be honest, that match could be what saves, what makes people love the pay-per-view or hate it. So I got to say they're going to want to do what's right, hopefully, and pick Bray Wyatt. But let's be honest, it probably will be Cena since he is the face of the company. Main event time. Unless anybody else has got something to add to that.
Well, I mean, like, if you got to think about it too. Like, Bray Wyatt's been he's been winning the past couple pay-per-views against him. I think eventually it's time that they give Cena that win, which is another thing, and it's been proven before. Unless it's just me.
Interesting. I think you scared off Test and Paul Bearer.
Well, no.
You're welcome.
Okay, no, you scared off Test and Tugboat.
Wait. Fred Ottman's not dead.
I know. All right, time for the main event, which is probably the main event. The no disqualification, no hold ball, elimination tag match. Evolution taking on the Shield. Can Evolution get its payback, or will the Shield destroy the Evolution?
I
Believe in the Shield.
I think
this one is kind of up in the air for me. But you know what? I got to go with my boys. I got to go with the Shield.
Well, first off, I just got to say this. Don't believe in the Shield. Don't believe in Evolution. Believe in the Bullet Club.
There we go.
There's that. You know me. I have to throw that in there. Believe in Red Dragon.
Yes, believe in the Bullet Club.
Well, Andrew, you know who Red Dragon is. You got to believe in them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Red Dragon. Hey, but in this, Caleb, you were with me last time when we discussed Extreme Rules. What did I say if the Shield won that match?
I believe you said something about it not helping the feud.
Correct. And I said it since they made the rematch, and I'm going to say it again here. I do not see the point of this being a rematch for three reasons. One, Shield has nothing to gain from this. If they win, okay, they win. If they lose, okay, fine, a rubber match at Money in the Bank. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't Batista leaving soon? That they'll get ready to promote his Marvel movie coming out in a few months?
Yep, into the Galaxy.
So there's one. Two, no disqualification. You're pretty much sending up to somebody's either screwing either somebody's leaving the Shield or somebody's helping Evolution win this match. So that's the only thing I'm giving it credit for, because that's what should happen. I don't think it will. Third and final, and this is the one that I think that everyone's going to want to, is not getting it. Some people have, and I know everyone in this call will. Everyone says, oh, this match is going to outdo the first match. How many times have we seen in this business where the second, third, fourth, 20th, 9,000th time it never lives up to the first match? And I don't think this match will be able to live up to the first one. It's not going to be able to outdo it. So you're expecting me to believe you got Batista, who will break the sweat after doing an interview, Randy Orton, who has gotten lazy, Triple H, who's gotten old and can only be depended on when he calls the mighty Thor hammer. You got Roman Reigns, who I can't stand. You got Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, who are the only two reasons I like this Shield. So I am completely not buying into this match. I'm going in there with zero hype. I'm going in there with thinking it's going to be good at all. So it's probably going to beat my expectations because I don't give a shit. With that being said, I believe I picked the Shield on my YouTube account, so I'm taking the Shield. Only because of the fact of I would see no point in having Evolution win if Batista is getting ready to leave. Unless you have the rubber match at fucking Survivor Series, which would make no fucking sense.
Well, I mean, even though they did win at Extreme Rules, they have done something with the feud, though. I mean, just because the Shield or Evolution wins, it doesn't mean it's not always going to directly affect the feud, because they can still somewhat bring something new to the feud. But, I mean, I also kind of agree with you in some way that logically, if the Shield would have lost, it would have helped the feud a little more than where it is now. So, you want to give me some water?
And I mean, I'm going to be honest here. The way it looks like how they did the second part of the story arc is, and this is how I'm looking at it, Evolution wants revenge because they lost. Shield wants revenge because Dean Ambrose lost the U.S. title in a battle royal. Really? Really? Give me a fucking break. Well, that's Payback, which, again, is a Sunday show. But before we leave here at the main event, we like to do something here on the main event every week because it's my pride and joy. It's my little baby. It's something I love about the most. Andrew, everybody, we're heading to Ring of Honor land. Come on, everybody, hop aboard.
Yay!
Been so long.
And why am I talking about Ring of Honor? Well, because first, the very first big pay-per-view will be June 22nd, Best in the World, which will be on Sunday night. But I'm also talking about it because Christopher Daniels will be making his return to Ring of Honor at that pay-per-view. So, yay for that. And, of course, as we already know, Adam Cole would defend his Ring of Honor title against Michael Elgin. Yay. And, of course, 2 matches were added this week to that pay-per-view. It would be the Briscoe brothers. No, not the great NWA tag team, the 2 rednecks who I cannot understand at all. Okay, still freaking rednecks. Taking on your savior, Matt Hardy, version 2.6. No, that's not good enough. Taking on Matt Hardy, 6.9 version. And Michael Burnett with Maria, with CM Punk sloppy seconds Maria. And, of course, the other match that was made was a submission match. Roderick Strong of the Decade taking on, I believe it is Cedric Alexander. Let me just double-check that before we go because I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. I do that enough in my real life.
Did you drive Cindy Burger with no insurance?
Gentlemen, I believe, internet service. You suck. Yay, Cedric Alexander. Yay, in a submission match.
Oh.
So yeah, there's that. And by the way, if you live in Milwaukee, Chicago, Toronto, and Lakewood, you can see AJ Styles. So yay. And that's pretty much the Ring of Honor news for this week.
Is AJ Styles going to be on that card, you think?
As of right now, he is not, but I would not be surprised since I know Ring of Honor does have that deal with New Japan. So he'll probably be on the card.
I would honestly love to see him on the card. I mean...
Well, he could take on Chris Daniels since we know Chris Daniels is supposed to be there. And we all know, if anybody watched the video I posted, Christopher Daniels will also be joining, maybe be coming with Kaz. Oh, I forgot to mention, just announced this week, if you live in Florida, if you live in Cincinnati, DeBoer, Michigan, or Missouri, or wherever it is, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you will have a chance to see Christopher Daniels. That is July 18th in Cincinnati, July 19th in Des Moines, which I cannot pronounce, so I don't care, and Saturday, August 9th in Philadelphia if you want a chance to see Christopher Daniels.
What if you had, on the pay-per-view, since Daniels is returning and we think he's bringing Kaz, what if you have them versus the Bullet Club?
That would make perfect sense if they did that, just because of the fact of it would test, because we all know that Christopher Daniels and Kaz were probably the best tag team TNA had, and I'm sure TNA's kicking themselves in the foot, in the ass for letting them go. Granted, I'm sure somebody's saying, well, Doug, we just saw Kaz on TV last week. Yeah, TNA pretty much taped their shows for the next few months. Their next live show will be after the pay-per-view. Just watched the end of TNA last night or in my case this morning, when after the show, they did a promo for next week when they said Samoa Joe will be talking to MVP in the middle of that ring, and they pretty much showed clips from it, and showed clips from the Jeff Hardy Willow taking on Buddha Magnus' butt-fuck buddy.
But yet it says, if you look on the corner, it says live.
Yeah, because TNA Live. Well, and that is since we are, because I know we're running out of time, unfortunately, for this week. That's going to be it for the main event, which I know it's sad, but don't worry, we will be back next week, where we will probably be recapping Payback. We'll be talking about it a little bit. And, of course, we'll be going over all the other things we do, Raw, SmackDown, main event, Ring of Honor, if there's any new news, which there probably will be. Also, do not forget to tune into the other shows we have, Raw Uncensored, which you can catch about 30 minutes, give or take, after Monday Night Raw. Of course, you have Sex Battles with DJ Gator on Wednesday nights. On Thursday nights, you have Ring Rockers with Mr. Rob Goslin and Rockin' Reese. Ask them for the information because I cannot remember that number. And, of course, you got us here on Friday nights. Now, Kayla, I will speak for Kayla. Kayla, hope you have a good weekend. Hope Andrew and everyone else who's joined us and listened to us has a good weekend, and we will see you next week. So, enjoy Payback, be safe, and send all your alcohol to me. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right.
Now hang up the phone before Sweet Tooth comes home.
Oh, and God, download the takeout.com app. I'm serious. There's a real app out there. Download it.
Oh, God. All right, I'll download it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.